genius of rock and roll.
Well, hello and welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. I am your host, the amazing Super Chris Mallard. Thank you for joining me today. It is, what is today? Thursday, the day of Thor. We're going to have some fun. We're going to do some things. Good morning, Randy. I'll shout out everybody as usual after our first little breaky of a commercial. I'm doing things a little differently. This morning we are doing the streaming to Facebook. And so far everything seems to be going good as far as our levels. TikTok doesn't like my commercials or anything if I replay a clip or anything. So if I play a commercial while streaming on TikTok, it'll kill my TikTok. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play our little atheism commercial this morning. And then after the commercial, when Ryan and I are back, I'll start our TikTok stream, and then I'll fix this all over the weekend. I've got to figure out some things. Once I get it fixed, I'll actually have it to where when I run a commercial, it'll mute it only on TikTok. So only the TikTok people get muted on the commercials, and that'll save my stream over there. We'll see how that goes. So if you're wondering why we're doing what we're doing, that's what we're doing. And hell, Tech Room is going to be all over me like ugly on a stick. We'll be back in just a minute, my friends.
Life is complicated. These are trying times. There are many questions that need answering. Want to know what's going to help? Atheism. With atheism, you'll get rid of dogma, superstitions, and toxic thought patterns that are holding you back. You can drive while taking atheism, as well as use heavy machinery. In fact, drinking alcohol, fornicating, and Sunday mornings are far more enjoyable with atheism. However, there are side effects. Some evangelicals and fundamentalists will think you are possessed by the devil. But you don't have to worry, because you know the devil isn't real. Just like God. Wake up to your life. Believe in yourself. Believe in science. Atheism.
Hi. Hello. I was watching our stream over here, see how things were going. Ryan is here with me. Let me bring Ryan up. Boop, and boop, there's Ryan. Ryan, where's my super Ryan? I had to see one. There we go. Good morning, Ryan. You look fantastic. You really do.
Good morning. Thank you. Rushing in as per usual, but here and delighted to see everybody.
That's great. You know, I think it's fantastic how you women will show up and go, you're like, look, just like stunning. And you're like, oh, I just threw this together. Took me minutes to get
I mean, I get ready in the morning, but I'm getting pickled, taking care of her. And I'm like, with the ADHD brain, I just found myself trying to clean something downstairs while I was getting my medicine, which was why I was running late. And I was like, stop. Go upstairs. So,
that will do it.
That's what happens, Chris. That's what it is.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to do some streaming here. Boom, I'm doing that. Let's see if it's going to work. Fingers crossed, the odds be ever in our favor. Okay, so I'm doing that. Hopefully they can hear us. Now, Miss Ryan, I appreciate you. I sent you a link this morning in Discord. It is an updated link for your thing. And if you'll click that for me and refresh your browser so you'll come back in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me do that. I will do that right now. And actually, I have to send you something too. So this is a good reminder for me.
Awesome.
I'll BRB.
All right, perfect. Thank you all for joining us today. I am going to keep an eye over here. I don't really see, it doesn't look to me, to the untrained eye, as though we are actually streaming to Facebook, and that's okay. Facebook, that's their problem right now. I don't care so much about Facebook. It's TikTok that I'm really wanting to get going, so we'll see if TikTok is going to work. And it does appear as though we're on TikTok. Normally, my friends, I would monitor the chat and I'd be able to respond to you. Can you hear this? Oh, you can't wait. But I can't respond to you today. So in the chat, we'll figure that out later. No worries. I know why. It's just nerdy stuff. So let's see what's going on here. Good morning, Ryan. You're back now. And hopefully we are both going out on the TikToks of the Tick of Talks. I will turn off the Facebook.
Ew.
Yeah, I know. Well, I know you're not a fan of TikTok. I am neither a fan of TikTok myself, to be honest, but I'm learning. It really is just to grow the audience. That's all. The only thing. Just to grow the audience. Ooh, it sounds better. I don't hear the echo anymore.
Yeah, sounds good to you.
Yeah, and you're louder.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're more good. It's my fault for bad links. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good. Well, that's great to hear, because I don't know. I can't hear shit. So.
Okay. Adrian Belgrave, where you been? Where you been? You've been hiding. Have you been hiding? Don't come in here sneaking in like you ain't been hiding. We know. Good morning, Adrian.
Did Jesus take you?
Lancelot Cockblocker of Galahad. Good morning, Lancelot.
Oh,
I love that name.
wow, that's a good name.
But it is a fantastic name. It's a strong name, strong like bull.
Yes.
Sir Lancelot found us in the chat, I think yesterday or the day before, found us recently. It's been very fun. I was watching Deconstruction Zone yesterday, and apparently he was haunting, they were haunting Justin's stream as well. So cool.
Fun,
I gotta say, yes. I want to say real quick that I've learned a lot. I made this thing on the show. I'm like, you know what, guys, if I'm going to start taking calls, maybe I should start learning about what the hell I'm talking about. And so I started kind of learning and researching and watching other streamers and stuff like that. Man, every freaking time I learn stuff. I watched one with Dan McClellan yesterday. And you know how the whole died for a lie thing, that the prophets would not have died for a lie. If Jesus Christ, they didn't, and then so you go reading, I was watching one of his reviews of that, and it's like, well, this prophet's death story was written like 100 years after none of them were legitimate stories. They were all just fantasy stories written 100 years, 150 years later, all of them. And I thought, man. So, and I thought that was true. That was just one of those things that I thought was true. They die. Well, my argument's always been, people die for a lie all the time. Have you not heard of Heaven's Gate? Have you ever not heard of Jim Jones? Have you not heard of, U.S. military? Have you not heard people dying for a lie all the time? So there's
Isn't that the fucking truth? Even now more than ever, does that not mean what it means? Yeah, people dying for a lie. It's interesting when you really think about the stories that, I talk about Jezebel.
Right.
She might not be real. Likely she could be, because they found a seal that has what they believe to be her name. So they kind of feel like that could confirm that is her. But a lot of those characters, they just made up. Right. They just make up whatever they need to make up to fit the bill for the propaganda, just like our news media does today. I
know it's it's crazy. You know what? Let me bring things back onto topic here for funsies. For the topic of the show. Oh, wait, I didn't even change it in the thing. I'm bad. I got new processes. The topic of the day is, and I don't have my normal thing up where I can see it. I believe it is, my pornographic memory, it serves me, is something about no one should be a Christian. That's the topic of the day. No one should be a Christian.
Yes, that is it.
See, Wily Cowdy. Do any of you disagree? Now, here in a little bit, we'll open up our phone lines. Here's what I'm doing this morning, though. Rather than streaming to Discord, I've chosen to stream to TikTok. I've only got so much bandwidth, and I'm just kind of making choices. So since we decided to keep the phone line, and most people actually call in on the phone line, might as well do it. I'm going to try to stream to TikTok and we'll see what the hell happens there. So just kind of letting you all know. What's the difference between Jim Jones and Trump? Trump would charge you for the Kool-Aid. Isn't that the damn truth, John Hudson? Very true. Telltale Media says it's too lonely in vertical. Lonely. Yeah, I can't really. Normally I have those other chats open and I can see them, but I can't even see them now. So, but that's okay. As we go forward, as people like those longer chats, or the different chats, I've seen other streamers do them. Justin's doing them. Justin with Deconstruction Zone. He's doing the horizontal, vertical, that sort of thing. So we'll see how it goes.
Does he do because I usually only catch the vertical. I don't know why. Does he also does like the live stream horizontal too?
Yeah. Or recently he has. I caught him yesterday. Here's what the deal was. I was watching his show, and I saw Lancelot throw money at our friend Justin. And I'm like, wait. What are you doing? That you should be throwing that money at our channel. I was like, you should set that aside. And I started to tease him and say that in the chat, but I couldn't tag him. I'm like, why can't I tag him? I'm like, maybe he's on TikTok. Well, TikTok wouldn't. I mean, it showed on his house. So I went over to the vertical stream. I went and found, sure enough, he did have a vertical stream, and there was Sir Lance. And by the time I got there and all that, I forgot what my joke was about. All that, I just waving to people and saying, just going on.
Is that how it happens? Like, damn it, what the hell was I saying? What was I doing? Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Good for him.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's going so well. He's a good dude.
Me too.
You say like lead people away, then that's just amazing to me, man. Like when I see people in the chat say like, "You help me," blah 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 blah, or whatever. Like, that's what I hear. Or that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, one of the things we're streaming over on the TikTok, and Aaron is over there. Miss Non Sequitur is over there, stalking, watching, waiting. Good morning, Aaron. I think I'm gonna, because I don't know enough about TikTok, I set it up to where I'm on top and you're on bottom. And as I was testing some things this morning, I noticed that whenever I looked at the TikTok, it's almost certainly that your face is covered up by the entire chat. I'll have to fix that. I can't see it here, but I mean, by the TikTok chat, assuming anybody ever chats.
The formats are all, something you can't get around. Well, I mean, you can, but you've got to figure it out to do it. Pain in the booty.
Yeah. Atheist Mechanic is here. Good morning. I noticed you said you'd been away. Glad to have you back. Rational Poet Jackie is here. Thank you, Rational Poet Jackie, for coming back. Now, so it might get a little weird today whenever I run a commercial. Just know that, because I'm trying to not get kicked off of TikTok as I stream. And later on, I'll figure out how to do this. Yeah. And it's what I figured out what it is. It's my commercials. Also, this morning, what I thought I would do is I was doing a test. So I popped open a TikTok stream, and what I did was I posted a clip of me and you. It's that one about the guy calling us particles in motion. I got like a 12-minute clip of that. I put that up, and it wasn't 5 seconds, 10 seconds, a minute into it. And it's going, hey, this is unoriginal content, meaning it found it over on YouTube and flagged me for it. So I can't even do clips from the show over here on TikTok. It creates a negative pressure environment, which means it sucks, you know? Yeah.
That's so very strange. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah. Every time I've tried to stream so far, it hasn't picked up yet, but I've tried 3 or 4 times this morning before this show, and every time it would give me probably a minute into a commercial, it'll give me a little message saying your streaming has been limited. It's not cutting my stream, but it's no longer putting it out there for people. So if you're watching it, you're still watching it, but it's not showing up in people's feeds.
That's criminal.
I think so. And that's the reason why I quit before. I thought it was because I was using a certain word in the commercial. Apparently it was just the commercial itself. And that's what I'm testing today. We'll see how it goes. And we may not do it very long. I don't give a shit, really. I'm more interested in keeping my YouTube people happy, as that goes. So that's my goal. Let's see. Black Sheep is hot. Good morning. Black Sheep is hot. For some reason, the fancy chat in the middle is not showing everybody's chat. That's why, let's see. Sean Alexander says, vertical stream is driving me crazy. Yeah, all right, cool. Let me know why, man. I'll try to figure it out and figure out what's going on. Sam Peeps says, can I call in? Yes. Well, we turn on the phone lines right after the first break is half an hour. So about 15 minutes, we'll turn on the phone lines and we will start taking calls. Rational Poet, I've been so busy doing all the testing and checking that I haven't really had the opportunity to say hello to everyone. Good morning, Adrian Belgrave, Rational Poet Jackie, Zarkross. Thank you for joining us today. I did notice a new name, Sam Peeps, in the vertical stream. Black Sheep is hot, cool name, is over there, and also Tellteller Media, which switched over to our long form, our widescreen. So, Tina. Tienden. I hope I said that right. Tina Tienden. Good morning if you're still there. I hope you're doing okay. Someone's going to hell. I think you mean me. Probably, if there is such a thing. If you believe in such a thing and a merciful God, then that's a problem you have. To believe in a merciful God and a hell?
Yeah, it seems kind of antithetical, does it not? Incongruent.
Cray, little cray. So missing all sequiturs. Thank you, Miss Aaron. I'll try to keep up with the chat and see if any of them were okay. You just mean all vertical streams bother. Understood. Again, whenever I decided to do the vertical stream, I've seen others on YouTube. It looks fine, I think. But on TikTok, the way they do it is going to cover up a lot of stuff. So I want to keep going to TikTok. Then I'm going to just have to figure out things. It may not be worth it to go to TikTok, but it's cool. Well, the fact that I can see a lot of people checking it out, as I sit here doing the show to TikTok, I can see names. Bob joined, David joined, Trent joined. They probably don't stay very long. They just flipping, on their phone. It shows me TikTok's putting me out there. And then I get that message.
Getting put out there.
Yes. And then I get that message that, hey, you're not doing it. And then all that stops. We don't see no more of that anymore. So. Rude bastards. So let's see. I never used a TikTok. Probably not going to start. I have issues with it myself. Rion obviously has got some issues with it. Powerful issues. I'm going to reload this and see if I can reload it. But Rion, if I understand, Rion's got some understandable, powerful issues. Rion's got, how many followers is the max you've ever had over on TikTok?
On one account, I think I got to 125,000. Really? On one account. That was my biggest. And that was like my fourth account. It took me 4 accounts because they kept banning me. But then I'd get the account back, but then they shadow ban you. So I would have an account with 50,000 followers and they wouldn't send it out to my. So, it's like you have this account with a big following and it does nothing for you. It's really effed up.
It is. And they silence your voice. They shut you down. It sucks. Mm-hmm. I want to tell you something you may not know, and I think it's fantastic and wonderful. Here, get ready for this. KC is in the chat. Over there in the chat. DKC. Godless Engineer's wife, KC. Actually, the way I should say is KC. Yeah, it's not, yeah. Whenever I introduce people...
And the Sunshine Band.
Yeah, whenever I introduce Godless Engineer, I should say, this is John, Caitlin, Chloe's husband. Because that's what they do to women all the time. You're known by your man, not by who you are. So I just thought, good morning, Caitlin. Casey, I hope everything's going great in your world. Really, part of the deal is we don't talk enough, me and my friends, like KC and GE. I don't hardly get to watch GE stuff at all. Or I do, I'll watch it, but I don't get to talk to them anymore. And I really got to find some... I need some advice, Miss Casey. As you're watching, as you're sitting there, like I want to say a captive audience for the moment. We started taking calls here on the damn show 2 months ago, in fact. Almost 3 months. We've been doing it for a while. I should stop. This is no longer an excuse. But I've been watching other channels, including John, to see how other people deal with their callers. Oh, you're getting ready to leave for a cruise. That's awesome. Is it the
fun?
Yeah. I'll get back to the cruise thing in a minute. But yeah, I've been watching other content creators like John and Forrest Valkai and what's that one guy's name? Matt Dillahunty. Y'all might know. You may have heard of him. And Eve, Promise Backlung. Is that her name? Promise. I've been watching these other people as I get the opportunity. And I've learned a lot, not only about the religion, the faith, the things that I wanted to learn whenever I decided I needed to know more, but also about how to engage with the callers. I've tried to ask Rion. I don't yell at people as much as I used to. Mm-hmm. But I'm getting better. So John still watches other people take calls too. Does he? That's cool. Good to hear. Be safe on the cruise. Hope to see you at NanoCon. I'm not actually. Oh, you're talking about. Oh, I see a Wasteland Atheist. There we go. We're hopefully going to be on a cruise in November. Sadly, it's just not going to be an atheist-oriented cruise. It's just going to be the wife needs a vacation, get the hell away from all that stuff. Of course, it's going to be at the end of November, so the world probably will have collapsed between now and then, society and whatnot, as you know.
Ooh, here's hoping.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, here's open. Well, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Happy Hippie is here. Good morning, Happy Hippie. What a cool name. Happy Hippie Shaman Druid.
Wow.
That's cool. Welcome to the damnation, fellow burner. I hope you're doing great. Let's see. I'm checking everything out. Time for your coffee break, Elliot. All right. So one of the things we've talked about, I've seen, so you notice how I had the topics of the show this week have been a little more aggressive, right, than normal. They're a little different than normal, and the reason why is because this is kind of a test. It is a test of because they're not actually my show titles. So if you think the Daily Atheist Morning Show's titles were a little too rough, or you didn't like what I was doing, well, just go notice the titles that nobody's complained about. These are actually titles from The Line with Matt Dillahunty and from other shows. I just went over there for the shows this week and stole their show titles, or their topics for our show this week, just to kind of see, because sometimes people think I'm too much of a jerk or I talk about the wrong things. Yeah. Well, guess what's happened this week? All this week we've been running those show titles, and here he is. CLC, good morning. Cheryl, gladly. Cheryl. Something is missing. It got cut off. Something got cut off. Rational Poet Jackie is here. It's the Free Thought Cruise. We are leaving for now. In November, we are also going on a cruise. See, we tried. I actually had to cancel. Remember, I was canceling some of the shows that I did because of the Shakespeare plays that I'm going to be doing, and the Black Non-Believers cruise is right there. If it were like one day later, we'd be able to just fly from the cruise to the Black Non-Believers.
Dang.
Right from the play. That's right, the play. The second play. It'd be right from the second play. So the Black Non-Believers thing starts the last day, the last day of my last play. So if it started one day later, I could do my last play and then fly out to the Black Non-Believers cruise, but we couldn't, so it's the end of the month when society's collapsing.
Damn. Maybe that's why, because you need to go on that cruise. Whew, just kidding.
That could be possible. Good morning, P. Mars over on TikTok. P. Mars, in my experience, usually on our YouTube channels, is a character that doesn't stay long because my mods usually take care of it. So you may or may not be that same kind of individual. We'll find out soon. Rational Poet Jackie says, Chris, you're not black. Didn't anyone tell you? Just being silly. Well, here's the deal.
Black and white name, it's funny.
True. My acting name is actually Chris Black, so if that matters to anybody. However, no, here's the deal. I saw that John and KC were going, and I figured if they can go, I can go. I'm just saying, John is whiter than me. I've met few people whiter than John who still had brown hair. So I figured, and it'd be fun to be with our own believers. We've talked about it on the show of just having an atheist only cruise,
right?
And they can be stupid expensive. They can also be reasonable, reasonable price. So, we'll see. Oh, you sent me a thing. Let me do that real quick. Good morning.
That's for whatever later.
Oh, I see.
Right now. Sorry.
Okay. Cool. Well, I'm not sure. Oh, is that Amy? I just want to give her credit for her.
Oh gosh. Otherwise, her. Yes, thank you.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Awesome. Thank her for that if she shows up anyway. And I don't know if you noticed this. Did you catch it yesterday that just after we closed the show, John Hudson most graciously threw $100 bills at us through the Venmo.
Oh, yeah, I was listening. Yes, I heard that. Thank you, John. So very kind of you.
Kind of you. Thank you for your support. You know, it's really, I got to be honest, I was on the verge of stopping the phone lines. John doesn't like the phone lines, but it was really Kelly.
Thank you, John. Now we have phone lines.
Now we have phone. Now he's got a refund. But it was really because of Kelly Shearer. Her support. She threw down that big super chat. And I thought, well, let's just keep going. Yeah. Let's keep it going and see if we can make it happen. It helped us float long enough to see if the experiment will work. You know, we'll see. Fingers crossed. May the odds be ever in our favor. So let me ask the chat real quick, guys. I'm going to talk to the people here in the chat, talking to you folk out there. If you're watching, I've been developing and working on the show. Right now, we are streaming to 3 different places: YouTube horizontal, YouTube vertical, and to TikTok. If you're watching, let me know if you have any kind of stutter, any kind of delay, any kind of problems like that. My thing says that the slowest thing is 6,000 kilobits a second, 6 megabits a second. Looks like it's doing good. But if you see problems, let me know so I can, some of these things I just can't test on my own without a stream going. So you guys just have to be guinea pigs. You have to be guinea pigs.
That's the thing about freaking OBS and that program, whatever the hell, Potato Stream.
Oh, yeah, voice meter potato. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. P. Mars says, I like the stream. I like the live. Thank you, P. Mars. I appreciate that. We're learning. And P. Mars bails just as soon as I said that. That's cool. That's how it is. Just TikTok. I don't expect anybody to stay. I'm surprised that people watch. I was watching Deconstruction, so he had 300 people watching on TikTok. I'm like, wow, man.
And that's probably even a low number, honestly.
John says, I don't have to like the call-in shows. I'm here to support you. You're my friends. That's right. John's a brother to the show. He's awesome. I've had to, on more than one occasion, go unblock John because he set off a moderator, probably justifiably knowing John. Almost certainly knowing John. But it's also knowing John that it's like, if John did say something and a moderator missed it, it's all good. Nobody cares. John's all right. John's good. There are people, though, who are just absolute douchebags. So indeed they are. Awesome sauce. I think what we're going to do, I'm not really sure how I want to do this. I got to figure out how can I run us to take a break? How can I take a break without losing TikTok? We've been streaming to TikTok for like almost half an hour now, and it hasn't kicked me off. I got to kill the audio somehow going to TikTok. In order to run us a commercial, a break. No.
Can you give it something else to play?
Well, not now. I can. I just have to, how voice meter potato is. I gotta bless it. I gotta pray over it. I have to do the Jedi mind trick, on it. And I get it to work around. Then I gotta get it to where I can actually, it's just nerd stuff. Give me a moment to ponder, my friends. Let me think for a second. I'm thinking. This is what I look like when I'm thinking.
Biting on your fingers.
Yes, not always. That's why I stopped doing it almost immediately. I didn't want you thinking that was what I do all the time. He eats his hands. Understood. The only way I could do it is just to kill the audio for everyone on the commercials. I think. I do believe. There's no way out. No way out. Let's see. TikTok. TikTok is getting its sound going out to, bear with me, to Discord. Oh, maybe I can do that. That's what I'll do. Let's play a commercial, and I'm going to turn off the sound going out to just TikTok, in theory. And when we come back, we'll see how it goes. All right. Sorry, TikTok. Actually, I do have big subtitles on the commercials. So there is that pour vous mon frère. All right, here we go. Let's see if this is going to work. I'm going to do this. Well, here we go. Fingers crossed. May the odds be ever in favor. Boop, 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 boop.
Do you have a loved one who's on their deathbed, but they've yet to give themselves up to the Lord?
Are you sure you don't want to come to Jesus?
No.
This is your final chance.
No. Worried they're headed to the fiery pits of hell.
Your very last chance.
No. I've been wicked and sinful. I deserve to burn in the hot place.
As you wish. Farewell, my heathen husband.
Farewell, my... Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of post-mortem baptismal kits. No more worries about being miserable alone forever. Be a good Christian and share that eternal pain and suffering with the ones you love. I'm in hell. Not as hot as I thought it'd be. Kind of feels like Houston, minus the humidity. Hello. My favorite drink crafted to perfection. Ooh, and some dank ass